Where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. God has given us unlimited treasures in His Word. Every time we open it, we can discover a new treasure or admire an old one. What will we find today? Here's Carla Early with Treasure Hunt in the Word.
When my kids were little, someone gave us a bread machine, so I started making homemade wheat bread. Oh, it would smell so good. And I'd time it so that it would be ready right at snack time, so we could get a piece slattered with butter. Talk about the ultimate comfort food. Fast forward a decade, and the bread machine is long gone, and I have diabetes, so I have to watch my carbs. So no more homemade bread for me. Though I do splurge if we go out to a restaurant that plops down a basket of warm yeast rolls, whether you ask them to or not. Though low carb is kind of a fad now, bread in some form has always been a staple of diets around the world, whether it's cornbread, biscuits, tortillas, pitas, challah bread, croissants, bagels, baguettes, pretzels, or steamed buns. So any culture or social strata reading John 6:35 would understand what Jesus meant when He said, "I am the bread of life." This is the first of the 7 I am statements in the book of John. In each, Jesus compares Himself with something that we can identify with, so we can better understand who He is. So how is Jesus like bread? I grew up learning about the food pyramid. The foundation of the pyramid was grains, bread. Jesus is the foundation of our spiritual lives. Like bread, He's absolutely necessary. In most cultures, bread isn't optional. Without bread, there's no life. When people in the Bible spoke of bread, they could be speaking of food of any kind. It was that foundational. And we can't live without physical food. We need it daily. In the same way, we can't live spiritually without Jesus. We need Him daily. As Jesus said later, no one comes to the Father except through me. We need Him, just like our bodies need food. Bread nourishes our bodies and gives us life and strength. As we eat, our bodies use the energy from the food to replace dead cells to grow and sustain us. The vitamins and minerals in the food become part of us. It's the same way with Jesus. When we accept Him into our hearts, or eat His flesh, as Jesus puts it in John 6, He becomes part of us, transforming our spirit, growing us, sustaining us. Only His nourishment is eternal, not temporary. Eating food is a natural response to hunger. It satisfies our grumbling tummies. In the same way, only Jesus can satisfy the hunger in our souls. We can try all sorts of junk food of the world, but it always leaves us feeling empty and unsatisfied. Only Jesus fulfills our deepest desires and hunger. Without Christ, we're constantly seeking something to satisfy the emptiness inside. If you think about it, eating is a very personal thing. Someone can cook for you and put the food in front of you. They can even put food in your mouth, but you have to chew and swallow for yourself. Others can't eat for you. And most of us choose what we eat, so we need to choose wisely. Jesus is the word of life, so eating Him involves reading, studying, and applying His word. Yet God's word is also shareable and desirable, like physical bread. At church, when we go on visits, we bring a mini loaf of pumpkin bread or raisin nut bread or banana bread or something. In the same way, Jesus wants us to share Him with others. Unlike that delicious-smelling loaf of homemade bread that I used to make, however, I don't have to have self-control and eat only one piece. I can have as much as I want anytime I want with Jesus. Talk about the ultimate comfort food. So how's your appetite? Do you hunger for the bread of life? Do you devour His word? Let it become part of you? And are you sharing it with others?
You can contact us at treasurehuntintheword@gmail.com. We'd love to hear the treasures God has given you through His Word. You can listen to other episodes on our website, which you can find in the description below. Thank you for listening, and remember, where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.